back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast. My name is Amir. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple, thank you so much for following. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys could subscribe, like, comment, and share this video, that would mean a lot. So thank you again. So, former Miami Heat NBA champion and point guard Mario Chalmers was on a TV show called Run It Back, and they were talking about the Miami Heat's season and talked about what the Miami Heat needs to do to improve next year after a disappointing first round exit. And the first thing Mario Chalmers said basically was that the Miami Heat need a point guard. So he thought it was a mistake trading away Kyle Lowry. He said they got rid of Lowry. I thought that was a bad move because he was their floor general. He went ahead and said that he didn't care to put up shots. He was looking to distribute the ball, find his players, put them in spots and positions to allow them to score. But that was also an Achilles of Lowry as well, is that there are a lot of games last season and the season before even he had a lot of opportunities to score and he would pass them up. There were games where he was too passive, wouldn't take the threes, and literally, would take three shots total in a game where he could have taken 7 or 8. We don't need him to take 15 shots like Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo, but there were times where it hurt you. But of course, it did help us having QB1, as they called him, on the floor, putting players in better position to score. So I understand that sentiment. He also mentioned they have Bam, Terry, Tyler, Jimmy, which is a good group. But he thinks they just need a point guard. He also said maybe a 3 to 4, so like a wing player or backup big to help Kevin Love as well, because we know he's going to be 35, I think, as well next season. Same with Jimmy Butler, and he was playing like 18 minutes a game, maybe 19 minutes a game at most. And we could see those numbers dwindling as he gets older to somewhere around 12, 13 minutes per game. So that is another area we need to improve in, is our backup power forward or center position. Right now, Nikola Jovic is our starting power forward, seemingly for the future, which seems great next to Bam Adebayo. So Bam is still going to be our center. And, Kevin Love is backing up Bam Adebayo. Thomas Bryant, Orlando Robinson, didn't play a ton and we're not always in the rotation. So we do need some sort of, I think, backup four essentially, for Nico, and not always relying on like Haywood Highsmith or Hawkes, who are undersized. So I was surprised that he said that. That point guard is the number one piece, because I don't think the Miami Heat need a point guard. Honestly, I think the de facto point guard of Terry Rozier is fine. Jimmy Butler can play as our point guard. Bam could be our point forward. Same, or point center, excuse me. Nico could be our point forward. I don't think we need to worry about that necessarily. I think we need to add size. I also think we need to add size who could spread the floor and shoot and score. It's going to be hard to find that, but in general, we just need to replace, assuming Caleb Martin does not pick up his player option and tests out free agency to get a higher salary, we need to replace Caleb with a veteran, essentially, um, not necessarily another undrafted type of player, but a skilled veteran who could score and perhaps who's a little bit bigger than Caleb Martin. So he's 6'5", 220 pounds or whatever it is, maybe less. We need someone who's like 6'7", 6'8". We need functional size. We need guys who could score. And so I think we need just to upgrade our size. You look at the T-Wolves right now, who are playing really well. That's a big team. Mike Conley's their only small guard. You got Ann Edwards, 6'5", 6'6". You got Gobert and Towns, basically 2 7-footers. And then off the bench, you got, what's his name, Nikhil Alexander, who's 6'7", 6'8". Like, you have a bunch of guys. Naz Reid, who's 6'9". Denver Nuggets, obviously, with Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon and KCP. We just need size. So I don't agree with him that the point guard is the number one thing that we need. It is something we need, and we probably need to think about the backup point guard position as well. Um, so I don't know who that's going to be necessarily. Could it be Tyler coming off the bench again? I don't know if DeLon Wright is going to um, re-sign with us, or if we're going to re-sign him. Excuse me. I think he's a free agent. Same with Patty Mills. I'm pretty sure we're going to let him walk. Um, so yeah, I don't agree with him 100%. That point guard is the number one need. I think having bigger players, essentially, I think a backup power forward essentially is going to be more important, and then filling out the rest of the roster if we don't re-sign Haywood, if we don't re-sign Caleb, getting guys who are drafted, skilled veterans, I think, um, is something we need to focus on. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree with Mario Chalmers? Do you think that the biggest need for this Miami Heat team right now is a point guard, or do you think it's upgrading and getting bigger players essentially at the 3 or 4 positions? So, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.